all-star race is almost underway here. 20 laps around Las Vegas. Oh, looks like the 07 Upsetters already have to come out with something exploding in the car. But as I was saying, 20 laps around Las Vegas, $10 million. Half goes to the crew, half goes to the driver. Let's get underway here. You see there are two drivers driving the 9 and two drivers driving the 44. The green and black is Pasquale, the cyan and yellow with Edgewater. The white and red is Davenport, and the black and red is Baker. We are underway here. 20 laps, just 10 minutes to decide who will get 10 million. Buckworth Huckleberry's got the lead early. A driver who's been very, very disappointing so far this season. It would be a very great start to a possible resurgence if he wins it here. But he's got 22 other cars to hold off. Davenport in second, Baker in third. Font. Stevenson trying to use the outside of the track here. Cars are pretty single file for now. There is something about Las Vegas. All the cars just have a massive bubble that goes on between the back. So you really, really have to time your car's movement. Right before you get to a turn is when you want to make a move. Seth has come out of the race. He is retired. There's a lot of action going on in the back of the pack. These drivers would need a crash to happen if they have any hopes of winning the 20 million. But the favorite right now are these three: Buckworth Huckleberry, Logan Davenport, and Nick Baker. Remember, if you win the All-Star race, you automatically qualify for every other All-Star race for the rest of your career. Last year was Martin. The year before that was Pasquale. This will be Pasquale's last season, but for Martin, he knows that he has as many as he chooses if he doesn't win the All-Star race this time. Ross and Stevenson trying to make a very good move for fifth here. Ross is, here we go. Is a possible move going to be made? Here comes Baker at the side of Davenport, his own teammate. He's going to the inside, but he outbreaks going into one. It looks like Davenport makes it stick much better than Baker did. And now Fontaine's got Baker to deal with. Baker just trying to find everything he can to get closer to Huckleberry. The South Carolina native is doing very good so far. He's had struggles of getting into the lead so far this season, but once he does get into the lead, it's very, very hard to take it away from him. Just a few more decent qualifying runs, and I'm sure the resurgence will be there. Whether or not he gets into the playoffs is highly, highly questionable. Most people would say doubtful. But for the 53 standards, we all know how you end one season is how you tend to start the next. I'm sure next season he's definitely going to be hoping for a title defense of a race like this. In a very key moment, he can come in very, very clutch. It's all Huckleberry right now. And now we hop on Tate and Martin side by side, the two Revolution teammates. You see Martin is definitely trying to use that outside there. Look at the run he gets off the outside of his car. It looks like he passes Fontaine, but look at the run he gets. Fontaine really has no choice but to let him go. Martin and Hopkins are right on Fontaine's tail. It looks like Martin did hit the apron a little bit, but it should be fine for now. On to lap 8, it's still Buckworth Huckleberry. Although it doesn't matter, the fastest lap goes to the 65 to Stevenson. No points are awarded this time around since there are only, 22 drivers that said had some issues. The last car is Dustin Morrison Jr. and he's busy battling with Edgewater. Again, any car that's further behind than 5th is definitely going to want some crash to happen and if they want to win here. Almost halfway, and nobody is Davenport's the only car that's even come realistically close to getting past Huck. The cars seem to go very... It seems like turns 1 and 2 is where most cars want to make their move, which makes sense because you have to really time your run coming out of turn 3 going out of turn 4, down the D oval, and right into turn 1, because that bubble right after turn 1 is where you will definitely lose out from that dirty air. Davenport and they're definitely not going to be working together this time. If it was a normal race, I could see them working together. But since they both share the same car, they can't do that anyway. Looks like Martin and Fontaine have fallen significantly further back. Halfway through, all 10 laps have been led by Huck. Fast forward to 5 laps to go. It's still Buckworth Huckleberry at the moment. Davenport and Baker just trying to find something, anything to get past the 53. And Baker almost tried to make a move, but hesitated and did an outbreak there. Baker and Stevenson side by side now. Could this be Stevenson's chance to get into third? Ross is in the mix as well. Looks like Stevenson did successfully get past Baker, and looks like Ross is going to do it as well. Baker is significantly slower. He's probably used up everything he had tire-wise. And now Stevenson has now officially thrown himself into the mix. Can any of these cars get past Buckwood? But Stevenson, look at even with the fastest lap too, Stevenson is the fastest car on the track. He's got three laps to figure out how to get past the 9 and the 53. He got a little bit slower coming out of 1, but he seems to have a good run coming out of 2. I imagine pretty soon is where Stevenson is going to try to get past Davenport. You can see just that little air bubble. It makes it harder for Stevenson. All these cars trying to figure out a way to get past the 53. It could be qualifying was all it took for Buckworth, but Davenport and Stevenson are as close as they've been. 2 to go. Stevenson going into the inside of Davenport, and he's got Davenport. It looks like he almost had him, but Davenport is faster down the back straightaway. But Stevenson could get him into the inside here. No, he's too far behind, and now it's Ross who goes outside of Stevenson. 1 lap to go here for Buckworth Huckleberry. In most races like this is just another day for him. But with such a massive destruction of a season he's had so far, this is one fantastic way to redeem yourself. Leading all 20 laps, no car even coming close to catching up to him, really. Coming out of turns 3 and 4, it will be the Myrtle Beach native of Buckworth Huckleberry, who comes out of turn 4 and wins the $10 million for the 53 Lufthansa team. In almost no effort at all.